Hello guys, welcome back. So in this lecture, let's quickly implement the insert method, okay? So which we have discussed in the previous lecture, like how it works, what is the use of it. So let's quickly start implementing it in this lecture, okay? So for that, I already have the pseudo code here, as you can see, okay? So if you want, you can take a screenshot of it before implementing it, or if you have already made it by yourself, then congratulations. And if not, then that's totally fine, that's completely normal, because we are going to implement it together now, okay? So for that, we just need an insert method. Okay, it's insert only, right? And here what we need is like we need to pass some value or something, right, which I have mentioned here. Okay, so here is our insert method. Create a function accept index and value in it. Okay, fine. So we need to pass the index in it and then the value in it, right? So what we have to do is, first we have to handle the edge cases. Okay, so if the index is smaller than 0 and or not and, okay, index is greater than this dot length, not length. Okay, so in this case what we have to do, we simply have to return false. Okay, so that means if we are passing an invalid index, let's say we have a linked list which have the length 4. Okay, if you are passing length 6, like index as 6, then that is an invalid index, right? You should pass index 5. Okay, so as to insert the element at the very end, right? Or if you are passing -1, so -1 is also an invalid index, right? Because our linked list is starting from the index 0. Our linked list is 0 based, so passing index -1 is completely like, it does not make any sense, right? So that is why we have to handle this edge case. Okay, now there are two more edge cases which we have to discuss right now. Okay, so let's say if you are passing an index which is 0 equals to 0. Okay, so in this case what we have to do is we have to use the unshift method, right? We already have an unshift method which we basically use to insert the node at the very beginning, right? Insert the first node in the linked list, right? So if you are passing 0th index, that means you are trying to insert the node at the beginning of the linked list, right? So in that case we can already make use of the unshift method which we have implemented already. Okay, so we can make use of this dot unshift, and here we can simply pass the value, right? Value, right? Okay, so this is also one thing. Let's quickly check on this unshift method. So here we are accepting a value, we are converting it into new node. Okay, we are doing something, and then here as you can see we are returning this. That means we are returning the complete linked list after pushing the value at, or after adding the value at the very beginning. We are returning the complete linked list, right? So in our case we want to return true and false, right? We will have a look at it as well. That's pretty easy stuff. Okay, so if you want, you can take a screenshot of this unshift method, okay, if you want. Okay, so let's go back to our code quickly. Okay, so here is our unshift. What we are doing, if the index is 0, we are unshifting it. That means we are adding the element at the very beginning, and then we are returning it right away. Right now this will return complete linked list, right? Complete, or let's just write list. Let's not make it complicated, right? So right now this will return complete list, right? So same way, if your index is similar to this dot length, okay, so basically if you are trying to add the element at the very end, okay, so in that case what you want to do, what we have to do, we have to simply push the element at the very end of the linked list, right? That is what we used to do, right? If you are passing the index which is similar to length, which is equals to length, that means you are trying to add an element at the very end, right? So for that we can make use of, I think, push method we have already, right? So let's quickly have a look at this push method. So okay, so here also we are returning this. That means after pushing a node at the very end, we are returning the complete linked list, right? Here as well. Okay, so yeah, we will use this push method. We will pass the value. If we are trying to push the element, push the node at the very end, then we are going to make use of this push method, which we have already implemented. Okay, so this is also going to return a complete list. Okay, so these are the edge cases which we have to handle. Now let's write the actual logic of this. Okay, so yeah, now if you are passing the value, let's quickly const new node equals to, you simply have to convert that value into new node first. Okay, and then what we have to do is, see, let's say you want to insert a node in the middle of the linked list, right? In middle somewhere you want to insert that particular node. So for that, we first have to fetch the node at that particular index, or more precisely, we have to fetch the previous node on that particular index, right? Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so let's say you want to insert a node at position 2 at its position. Okay, so what we have to do is, we simply have to fetch this node. Okay, so we simply have to fetch the node at index -1, that means this node. Then what we will do, we will set this node dot next to new node. Okay, and then what we will do, new node dot next we will simply attach the existing node. Okay, so this way we are safely adding a node in the linked list between this one and this one, right? So this way we are going to attach the next new node as a next value of this node, and then this node as a next value of the new node. Okay, so this is how we are going to attach it. Then it is going to become the sequence like high 2, new node, and then high 3, high 4. Okay, so this is how it's gonna work. Okay, or let it be like this only. So for that, what we have to do, we have already created a node, and then let's quickly get the previous node. Let's get this dot get, and here we have to pass the index -1. Okay, so let's say you have passed the index number 0, 1, 2, 2, right? Then we are going to fetch the node at particular index -1, that means 2 minus 1, that means index 1. So this is what we are going to get. Okay, so node at index 1 we are going to get here. So if we are passing index as 2, okay, so here we are going to get the previous node, basically this node, and then this previous node dot next we are going to set new node. Okay, and what we have to do, new node dot next we have to set as previous node dot next. Okay, so this way what we are doing, first we are storing the previous node's next value into the new node dot next. Okay, and then what we are doing, in previous node we already have the next value, right? So the next value of this node right now is this, right? So this is what we are going to store as a next value of the new node. Okay, so that is what we have done here. We have basically picked this next node as a value, this node as a next value of the new node. Okay, and then we are updating the previous node, this node's next value, as the new node. Otherwise, what will happen, if we directly store the previous node dot next as a new node, then we are simply going to break the connection between this one and this one, right? So this way, first we are storing the previous node dot next, means previous node's next value into the new node's next value. Okay, and then we are updating the previous node's next value as the new node, right? Or more clearly, what you can do, you can simply store it in a temp variable So this way it will be a little bit easy for you to understand, right? So here first we are storing the previous node dot next value in a variable so that we don't lose it. Okay, now here we are updating the previous node dot next as a new node, and then what we will do, we will simply do new node dot next equals to temp. Okay, so that means previous node dot next we are going to store as new nodes dot next. Okay, and previous node dot next we are going to store new node. Okay, so if you think it's confusing, then pause the video, just have a look at this how it is working, then you will get everything will get clear, right? You will get the clear answer like how it is working, right? So it's not that much complicated. Just because I'm repeating previous node next node multiple times, that doesn't mean it's that much complicated, right? If you write it by yourself, if you add the console logs, then you will get the answer. It's straightforward only, right? So yeah, this is what we had to do in order to basically insert a node in the middle of the linked list, right? Now all there is left is to update the length, and then we simply have to return true. Okay, yeah, so this is what we have to do. Now I just wanted to show you one thing, guys, quickly. See, because this is what we are going to use. Okay, so we have a bang bang operator. Okay, so two bangs basically. So what it does, it converts any value into boolean. Okay, so this way we can easily identify whether it is a truthy value or falsy value. So let's say you have a string of hi. Okay, so if you want to convert it into the boolean, you simply have to use two bangs. Okay, so if you are using two bangs, then as you can see we are getting true. That means this thing is a truthy value. Okay, so if you pass empty string in this, okay, so empty string, you guys know already, empty string is a falsy value, right? So with these two bang operators, what will happen, it will give us the boolean value. It will convert that particular value into the boolean and it will return it, right? So this way we can make use of this. Let's quickly check few more. Let's pass 2. Okay, 2 is a truthy value, we all know. Let's pass 0. 0 is a falsy value, we all know that. Okay, so with this bang bang operator, what will happen, see here, this thing is returning the complete singly linked list, right? This thing is going to return the linked list. So what will happen if we pass the bang bang operator into it? Okay, so it will convert that linked list into the truthy or falsy value. Okay, so we don't have to worry about writing like true false every time. Okay, it's going to convert that particular thing, whichever it is returning, into the boolean value, right? And we are going to get it. Okay, so let's quickly add it here, and let's add it for just unshift. Okay, because I want to show you the example how it's working right now. Okay, and I think I have not made any mistake here so far. So let's quickly see. So first let's check unshift, and then we will check push. Okay, and then only we are going to like do these things. So right now we have 4 nodes. So let's quickly see. If I try to new SLL, we have length is 4. Okay, so if I try to insert anything at the very beginning, at the 0th index, or let's first quickly see -2. Okay, so it is returning as false, right? If you guys can't see, let me zoom it a little bit, because I don't want to hit enter, because I'm going to pass the actual value, right? Now let's pass 0, and in 0th position let's pass very, or let's pass just first node. Okay, let's keep it simple. So as you can see, it is returning me true. This is because I have used the bang bang operator here. Okay, as you can see, this thing is converting this unshift method because it is returning a complete linked list, right? This unshift is going to return a complete linked list. So this bang bang operator is converting that value into the boolean. Okay, now let's check the push method, because this is going to return a linked list, right? So let's insert something at the very end. I think the length is 5 now, so let's add 5 here, and then let's make it last node. Okay, last 5th node. Okay, So now as you can see, let me quickly expand it. The length is 6. The tail node, as you can see, is the last 5th node. And if you have noticed, it haven't returned the boolean value. It have returned the complete linked list, okay, instead, right? So this is why we have to use the bang bang operator here, because if you don't use it, then this push method is going to simply return the linked list, right? So if I use the bang bang operator here, okay, and if I save it, it's already in auto save. So if we check the insert method, okay, insert at position 5 will simply not work, because right now we have just 4 elements, right? We have just 4 nodes, okay, because it got refreshed, right? So let's add the 4th node, okay. Now as you can see, it is returning me true, right? Or let me show you a simple example. New SLL, right? So it is going to give me singly linked list, right? So if I pass bang bang into it, then it is going to return me true, okay. So it's simple as that. If you are getting confused, then this is the answer, right? So if this variable returns some value, then it is going to convert in boolean value, either true or false, okay. Now let's quickly check the middle of the indexes. Insert at position 4 we have checked already. Let's check at position 0 1 2, okay. So let's see what happens, okay. So we got true, and then if you check new SLL, let's see what we get, okay. So we have 6 nodes. Head have next node high 2, high 2 have next node last 4 node. This is what we have inserted in the index number 2, 0 1 2, third node, right? And then this one have the next value as high 3, and this one have the next value as high 4, this one have the next value as high last node 4, because this is what we have inserted in the last index previously, right? So yeah, this is how like insert method works, and we are done with the insert method. I hope you guys understood. If not, then please rewatch the video. It's not that much complicated, okay. So yeah, this is all about the insert method in the linked list. So this is it for today's video. See you in the next one.